talk about Victor Wembanyama. Let's get into that real fast.
All right.
We don't really do much basketball, we don't, at least right now. But everyone's talking about Victor Wembanyama. His cards just dropped, and basically, I'm looking it up right now. Again, I can't share my screen. We're having an issue. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama is like going to be the number one draft pick, the number one pick in all of basketball. And they're pretty much comparing him to the next LeBron James. We've heard that so many times, but this guy's like supposed to be legit. He's, let me tell you right now, he's 7'2", 229 pounds. So he's, kind of like skinny-ish, like Kevin Durant build a little bit, but he's 7'2". He's 19 years old. And in the league last year in the NLB Pro A League, I don't know what that is, but he averaged about 22 points, 3 blocks, about 2.4 assists, and 10 rebounds. And pretty much everyone's talking about, again, everyone's saying he's like the next LeBron James. If you go to YouTube and look up his highlights, you'll see that he's like, it's kind of crazy how good he is. And again, him being 7'2", that length, he could just block almost any shot. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, again, the way he's built, and like they said, like Stephen Curry and LeBron James and those people were pretty much like calling him an alien. They were just like, they've never seen someone like that is that size, but also could handle the ball like that and just could move and is very agile and could shoot threes and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy. So I'm excited to see what he does in the NBA. I'm a little worried because, again, he is a little skinny, and you know what happens with those type of bodies. Sometimes they get hurt, especially when you're facing big men. But it's a different game now from back in the day. It's not really much post-up game. It's kind of the three-point game. But, yeah, it's interesting. And I don't know if you know, the Spurs got the first pick this year. So he's going to the Spurs.
Yeah, that I knew, yeah, with Popovich, right?
Yes, with Popovich. So, again, you can't see my screen, but I'm scrolling through eBay right now, and his you heard of Bowman University, right? I'm sure you've seen it like in the shelves.
Yeah, Bowman U. Yep.
Yeah, Bowman U. So his Bowman U, and it's interesting. Is this going to be considered his first Bowman card? I don't know. That's going to be a whole different debate, maybe in a few years. Yeah. But his Bowman University card out of 99, it went for, in auction, I'm looking at pure auctions, went for $9,610. 75 bids. So out of 99, then another one 4 days after went for $7,107. So that's like $2,000 difference. But it seems like it's bouncing up and down right now. Then out of 50, but that was in May, went for $5,000. So
that's both ungraded.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is all redemptions, by the way. That's what I forgot to say. These are all redemption cards.
So they're autographed, but not all redemptions. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, again, if you look up Victor Wembanyama on eBay and just scroll, you could see that. And there's a Sports Illustrated 2023 Sports Illustrated Kids rookie card, they called it. PSA 8 went for $3,777. So this guy is definitely, I would say he's pulling or not carrying, but he's definitely has the basketball card market on watch right now, because what he could do potentially in the NBA. And if he does live up to, I mean, it's come on, LeBron James is so good. Like, it's just hard to even say that. But if he does do it, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes and what he could do for the Spurs. Because the Spurs, when I was growing up, the Spurs were the team. The Spurs were they were always they had Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. They were always the team to go through, and they were always almost always in the championship.
Yeah.
But then now they suck. So it's just how it is. You're on the top for a while, you get your championships, and generally then you rebuild. And now they're not doing well. They did some trades. They got a few pieces. I don't follow it like that, but all I know is that they got and there was kind of rumors going around that the Spurs were trying to tank for Victor. Like, that's what people were thinking. I don't know if they were or not, because they was like saying Popovich was trying to rest certain players on days, and you know how it is in the NBA. But whatever happened, and they got him. He's going to be the number one pick. So it's crazy, man. It says, I think Victor must gain some weight ASAP. I remember Ben Simmons was supposed to be the next LeBron James. I think Chet Holmgren from OKC missed the entire year and has bigger upside. Yeah, Chet Holmgren was last year's, I believe, second round pick. I mean, not second overall pick. My bad. Second overall pick. The first pick was to the Magic. Pablo. I don't know. I can say his name, but whatever. He's really good too. But Chet Holmgren is also like kind of similar body type, very skinny, long, whatever. And I don't know, he hurt his knee, tore his ACL, something like that. So he missed the whole year. So that's the same kind of build that guy Victor Wembanyama has. So again, it's interesting. The long, slinky body types. I mean, can they hold up in the NBA? It's just time will tell. But I mean, Kevin Durant did it. He's one of the greatest ever. You know what I'm saying? So he was totally fine. He's had injuries now. He's older, but he definitely did fine throughout his career.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're really more the basketball expert than I am. So you're the one that knows a lot more than me. But I can tell you this much: as far as all these things, what?
No, he said Chet Holmgren reminds him of like Dirk Nowitzki. So I agree. Same type of same type of build. Nowitzki was a little thicker, but when he came in, he was skinny as well. So
yeah. I mean, to me, these comparisons, like the greatest player since LeBron James. I mean, we have to stop because I can pretty much assure that this guy's not going to be the next LeBron James. I mean, let's just stop with this.
Yeah,
we have to stop. Like I don't know a lot about basketball. I know enough though to know that this guy is not going to be the next LeBron James. I mean, and yeah, but from the Magic got some serious game. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I know he was highly touted and he's been playing well. I heard about him, but we gotta like take a timeout and stop this stuff. Like we just want to keep throwing like MJ's name and LeBron James. These guys are in rare air. We have to stop with these comparisons. I know it's great because this is what ESPN does and it's great for getting people talking, but we just got to slow it down just a bit. We can't put him in the same breath as LeBron James. Yeah. I know they're even saying great things about him. The thing about Kevin Durant too is, I looked, he's actually 6'10". So he's still really big and we know he's tall and lanky and everything. But this kid being 7'2", it worries me a little bit because these guys the taller that the players are in the NBA, from my experience and just, my watching what I've seen, the higher the likelihood of them getting some type of foot injury or leg injury, lower body injury. And I don't want that for the kid at all. Don't get me wrong. But we've seen a lot of the Greg Oden type of situations where they're supposed to be the next great thing. And they're too tall. They fell on their ankle. They fell on their foot. They fell on their Achilles. They, whatever. They blew out a knee. And, I saw some videos from the kid and some highlights, and he is very skinny now. I would expect he's going to develop, right, a little bit more and fill in a little bit. But that worries me because if you compare him to Durant, he is, a good 3 inches taller than Durant. Or 4 inches taller, whatever. And so that's worrisome. 4 inches doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're going from 6'10" to 7'2", and you add in all the jumping, all the dunking, all the twisting, all the, handling the ball after a couple of years, that 4 inches makes a big difference, So again, I just feel like that's definitely like the hype has to just chill out when you start talking LeBron James. But it's exciting, and I think he's from France. So we have to also see how the competition carries over, right? Like he's played a lot of his ball in the international league, and we've seen a lot of people like Jokic, right? Like the Joker's come over, and he's been obviously one of the best players. But sometimes that level of play sometimes doesn't carry over into the NBA. We see that, right? Also, they don't all come over and become studs playing in like Europe and come over and they hit it out of the park. So.
Yeah, and especially when you're coming in like the top prospect, the top guy, you have like kind of a target on your back. So people, when you're playing them, they play a little harder just to make sure that to welcome you to the NBA. So that's something to think about as well. Hey, Maddie, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. I mean, his talent looks off the charts, though. I could see how he's the consensus number one, and I do think he's going to become like a really good player. The potential's there. I just think like all the LeBron James, like putting him in the same sentence is that's a no.
He said he may want to join Mbappe and play soccer.
Wow, a 7'6", a 7'2" soccer player.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I wonder how he'll do there. But that's another thing too, because we were talking about LeBron James, and he's arguably the greatest ever. Some people say 2, 1, whatever. But the reason why I think LeBron James, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's the greatest because I don't want to get into that, but it's just so impressive to me because he's the only person that I could think of that came into the league with being called the king. When he was 18, I remember I was in high school and there was like a guy named LeBron James, the king. And I was talking to my friend like LeBron James, and like he was in all the magazines. He was he lived up to everything when you think about it. Yes, He lost in the finals. I know that he lost 6 times or whatever. Yeah, but there was actually a crazy point when he was in the finals every year for like 10 years.
Yeah,
like it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So like again, he's the only person that I could think of that had all the hype. And in the end of the day, when you look at his career, he lived up to like literally everything. Not only being like a great basketball player, but also off the court too. Like nothing crazy. Just a great overall guy. Who's just was just I don't know, man. It's crazy. I think LeBron James is. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like that again. Put it that way.
Oh yeah, and that's why I told you before. Like I pretty much feel extremely confident that this kid is not going to be able to repeat what LeBron James did. I could be totally wrong, but I think it's a pretty safe bet to say, hey, this kid he's going to have a terrific career, but he's not going to at the end of his career, he's not going to be on the at the Mount Rushmore with LeBron and MJ and all that stuff. Let's kind of take a pause. I mean, I think it's going to be saying a lot if he could get to Kevin Durant's career.
And that's amazing.
I mean, Kevin Durant is one of the all-time greats too. So like we haven't seen anything like Kevin Durant too. They're different, players, different styles and everything. But I mean, if he could get to Kevin Durant's level of success, that's a lot. That's more than enough.
Yeah, for sure, man.